I think my favorite part about the UAV is how free it is and how creative people can be and just like how expressive you can be.
I like the electives here because there are a lot of options and you have like some freedom to kind of do what you want in like the classes, and that's really nice.
Because you're like choosing something you're interested in, you'll always find like people with similar interests and like you'll make a lot of new friends.
And I like how there's something for everyone because there's so many options.
A lot of options.
There's just such a range of things that I can do that maybe I couldn't do when I went to middle school.
I like that there are so many different options and you can do whatever you want to do. For example, metals and ceramics. I never imagined going to a school where there was a ceramic studio inside it.
So this was a portrait project we did. We found pictures of people and we transferred them into black and white, and then we split up the picture into grids, and then using just like observation of what we saw, we made these portraits. Most of the work is in class. We get like a small homework assignment once a week, but it's really not a lot. It's fun, and drawing homework isn't really stressful. I have more confidence in like seeing something and being able to draw it. It's really improved that. I would recommend it because, well, it's fun. It's really relaxing, especially during the school day. I've learned a lot of new things that I didn't before. Like I used to sketch for fun a lot, so this was a fun way to learn new skills that I didn't before and reframe how I thought about drawing.
This is the class that I look forward to. It's really fun. Totally. I knew I wanted to take like a visual arts class. I wanted to try something new, and I've never really painted before, so that's why I chose the class. Even though we get different like guidelines for our projects, you still have like a lot of creative freedom. It also teaches you a lot. Like we learn different techniques and to use like different types of paint. We like learned like a little bit of like art history every time we do like a project. We like learn about different painters. It's just like a really nice break in your day. Every time I just walk in, it's just such a nice like relief to just have like a class in my schedule where I don't have to be like stressed about it, and I can just like come and just enjoy my time and like be creative.
I picked this class because I'm interested in drawing, I'm interested in nature, and it seemed like a good class to do those two things. My favorite part of the class was the one day where we got 2 birds of prey from Massa Audubon, and we got to just look at them, and the lady was there and she answered a bunch of questions about them. My favorite project in the class was the one we're doing right now, which is researching and drawing the life cycle of an organism of our choice, plant or animal. You should choose this class if you're interested in plants, animals, drawing, mainly realistic drawing, and more long-term research-based projects about that.
I signed up for this class because I saw examples online of like kids from previous years, like their sketchbooks, and I thought it was like really cool what they were doing and like the different ways they formatted the page. And I just thought it was a class where you could have a lot of like creative liberty, so I really liked that. My favorite project was the last project that we did because, well, first of all, because we like spent so much time on it, and also because we had so much creative freedom, and like we had already learned so many different techniques from like the previous projects, so you could like put them all into our final one. Yeah. It's really fun. It's really fun. You can basically do whatever you want, like really. Like you can make anything and like turn it into a book, right? And you also get to like, you know, learn bookmaking techniques, like how to like make the covers, how to like sew books together. So overall, it's really fun.
It's very relaxing and like fun class.
Yeah, and also productive.
Yes.
Mentally productive, very much so. My favorite project is what we're doing right now, which is the embroidery. It's very calming.
I liked the first one where we painted these like 50-50 drawings where you're looking at the object like half of the time and the other half you're looking at your paper, and then we painted those drawings.
Yeah, and we focused a lot on colors with that and like color theory.
It's very like relaxing and fun and low-key, and you get to try a bunch of new projects that you haven't before gotten the opportunity to.
My day is full of academics, and it's really nice to just come in here and feel like I don't have to think about any of that. That's a very generic answer, but it really is true. It takes my mind away and gives me a break and a recharge.
My favorite project I did was when we collabed with the English language students and we photographed them. We looked at their pieces of poetry that we did, and then we did pieces specific to how we interpreted their poetry. All the pieces were hung out in the science wing at the front of BHS, and it was great for everyone to see our work. Specific for arts and activism too, I think it's for a good cause. You can create pieces of art that are really meaningful to you. I recommend this because you don't even really need to be artistic for this class. I think it's just a good way to express yourself. I think it's a very therapeutic way to start my morning. You don't really have to talk to anyone. It's kind of you're in your own zone. Nobody wants to get up at 8:20 and be in the chaos of a classroom, so this is a very good way to just clear your mind, get out of your head, and just draw. So that's why I chose it.
I chose it thinking that it was just going to be a fun elective, and I just ended up falling in love with it. I had a lot of friends in my class that enjoyed it as well, and I've also just kind of grown with my friends in the class, and it's just become such a great community and environment to be in, and it's so chill and relaxed. Right now, it's just being able to come in and do my own thing. It's almost like having my own space, and also just working with the clay. It's very calming and really helps, honestly, center my day. If you're looking for something just kind of fun to do that's not schoolwork or even related to school, it's a great class to kind of just, like I said, be centered in and have a calm environment. A lot of people end up really liking it and take it throughout their high school.
I wanted to take more art classes, and I thought that this would be a really fun hands-on experience. Being able to actually work on projects, and we do a fair amount of them, so I feel like you get a lot of experience.
I chose this class because of the many materials you could use, like paper, wax, and sometimes we use cardboard and lots of fun materials, and that was very interesting. I like the community when we're working together on projects, even though it's individual projects, a lot of times you're asking other people's opinions, and you learn a lot from other people as well, what they're doing and how that differs from yours.
It's really fun to do. I have fun every single time I go in and work on my piece.
Everyone's new to sculpture, so you can experience a lot of different things and work with different mediums, and that's very interesting.
I chose metals because there was a lot of freedom with a lot of the projects, and we got to do a lot of cool stuff like soldering using fire. Favorite thing I've made is probably something I'm working on right now. I'm making a ring with a logo on it. That just is it's a band that I like. I'm gonna wear it. It's gonna be cool. I'd recommend someone else sign up for this class if they like to work with their hands. It's obviously very hands-on, and if they want to try new things. I had no idea about metalworking until I took the class, and I found out I liked it.
We've done projects with actual real film and digital photography. The film project has kind of been one project for the entire semester, where we just take pictures of some topic to make a chronicle. And for digital photography, we've learned things about aperture, shutter speed, and things like that. One we're doing right now where we do a time lapse where we take different pictures of a moving object and then layer the pictures so it looks like the object is in multiple places. I've really liked the film because I didn't really know anything about film before, and it's been really fun figuring out the nuances of how to develop film and how to shoot for it. I would recommend it because I think everybody takes pictures all the time, but this course kind of really further develops that in some really fun ways. With film, it's totally new, and then you just get to learn more about digital photography.
digital video, there's a lot of free choice. You could have a very broad subject, and then you could go your own path, choose your own way of doing it. And then at the end of editing and filming of that, you will premiere it to the rest of the class. Film is something I'm really passionate about. It's all about the creative process. My favorite part about this class is finding a community of people who are passionate just like me and being to connect with them. Someone should choose this class if you want to tell a story in a different way other than English class.
Action.
It's been very hands-on. I get to work with everyone, talk to everybody. We are currently making a pilot of a TV show. We all have different jobs and we all work together to make this one episode of a show. We're gonna do a live news show next, and it's a lot of fun to work a lot with your classmates and have your classmates run the project. You don't really need to be an actor or anything, so there's a lot of jobs that you can do within a TV production. I would recommend this course to anyone who just wants to learn about TV shows, movies, and how all of it is made. We do little clips of the week and we learn how they made them, and we get to make shows, and it's just a lot of fun to work with all your classmates and get to be very hands-on. The teacher's kind of out of the way most of the time. They direct, the teacher directs us but doesn't really tell us what to do, and we kind of get to make our own decisions, which is a lot of fun to do.
The project I'm working on right now is t-shirts design. We have to do 3 designs. You can print 1 design on a t-shirt. I chose this class because I thought I wanted to go into graphic design. It's a great hobby to do, and I learned that people who do this that are able to solve problems with using just shapes and text. What I like about this class is being able to collaborate with other people in this department, and also having a relaxing class. It's self-driven. You have a project, but you choose what to do with that project. The teacher will give you helpful tips on how to make it better, or if you want to change some things, or help you with the software if you forgot something. But overall, it's up to you on how you want this to go.
I chose to take this class because I have a lot of interest in computer design and computer drawing, and I thought that learning how to animate would be fun. There's a basic outline for what the project is. Beyond that, you design your own characters and everything and draw the scene, animate it to the criteria. There's a lot of choice in what you want to do, and if you're not sure, you can always ask. My favorite project, probably the one that we're currently working on. So the previous projects that we've been working on have all been more specific, animate a character doing specifically this thing, and then there's only one way you can really animate that. But this project has make a character and have a twist ending, and it's very free. If you're interested in animation, this seems like a pretty good class.
We pretty much just go out and work on our projects, whether it be making lanterns, whether it be making furniture, depending on which woodworking class you're taking, or something else. You just go out and work on your project. I chose this class because I thought it would be pretty fun making my own things. There's been a couple things I've made. I've made a lamp, I've made a spoon, I've made a box, I've made a nightstand in woodworking too. So I think it's overall pretty interesting to just make your own things from scratch. My favorite part is definitely the last stages, when you're starting to realize that your project's coming together and you're almost done, and you get to see this amazing thing that you've made. If you like working with your hands, it's a very hands-on class. It's not much, you're not just sitting around doing worksheets, you're not doing anything like that. If you like doing that, I think you should take this class. It's great. You get to develop a lot of skills.
Both my parents are architects, and I
kind of watch what they do, think it's interesting. Right now we're just doing drawings for a tiny house. Yeah, it's mostly just like creative thinking, trying to figure out your way around like problems in your design process. I think it's like really hard sometimes when you're making a house in less than 500 square feet to like, you know, get a good sized bathroom and a bed and everything like that. So creative thinking on that's probably my favorite part. If you're interested in design of like residential architecture, like sustainable design is a big part of it as well. I think it'd be a great choice.
We built catapults or trebuchets. They measured probably higher than me, so over 6 feet tall, and we flung an egg across the field while also making a case around the egg to keep it intact. My group won, obviously. I have always been good at math, and I have always been really creative about things, and engineering seems like a very, interesting combination of the two. And it is a very interesting combination of the two. I'm loving this class. I like how much freedom we have because while we obviously have constraints to what we do because projects are projects, there's so many different variations, changes we can make, personalizations to them. It really is, I really find it fun. And also just how much stuff we learn. We learn how to use 3D printers, how to figure stuff. It's really awesome. I recommend this class because if you're good at math, if you're creative, and if you want to use that creativity to create big things, this class is for you. This class is amazing. Hence why I am here. You're also going to be here. You should be here. Come to Engineering by Design. It's going to be great.
Well, I signed up for World of Money because I've always been really interested in economics and geopolitics and anything relating to the global economy. And I wanted to get that really deeper perspective on finance and the different ways that money moves around and how money relates to our lives. I think my favorite thing was probably our units on investing. We learned a lot of really practical lessons on what is good to invest in, what are smarter assets, and maybe what are less smart assets that might not have the kind of growth that you want to look for in investing.
I've always been interested in business side of things and starting my own business, and that's why I chose this class.
I would definitely recommend signing up for World of Money because you're going to deal with all the things that are talked about in this class, with buying a car, with renting a home, with all the things that are talked about. So I think if you want to get that head start on life and you want to get that head start on knowing more on these issues and being informed when the time comes, this is a really good class to take.
It feels real. You just did an activity that felt real and that you would actually simulate in real life. If they invest in business management and the economic side of things, and I feel like this would be a great fit for anyone who wants to do it.
So we come in, we kind of just get ready for 5 minutes, roughly get our code out, get our computers, get our robots, get our materials, and then we get to work. Usually it's either working on the project from the previous day or if we're learning some new things, we look up on the board, learn some things. We're learning about circuits right now and robots within the little microbits. So we're doing that type of programming. It's still Python like we've been using this whole semester. I did FLL for 3 years when I was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. That's First Lego League. And it was similar-ish to this class. It was really fun and it was a great experience with other people. So I thought I would want to continue that in high school. I really like the hands-on stuff. I like building the robots, coding it, trying to make little things work. Sometimes it's a little bit finicky, but when it works in the end, it's really satisfying. I totally recommend this class. It's a great idea to join. You get to do a lot of hands-on work. You get to do teamwork, working with a lot of different people. We switch off partners every couple of weeks, and it's just a really fun, different class to do.
We had little mini kits where we basically used them, and they were made out of plastic, but they simulated human skin, and we used it to kind of practice sewing people up, and I just thought it was not only cool, but it was also practical and just really fun. I signed up mainly because I didn't really know what it was, and it sounded interesting enough, so I kind of took a chance on it, and it ended up being a really interesting class that I've enjoyed a lot. You get a lot of kind of random experiences, and you learn a lot about the medical world, posting things here and there that are happening like in real time that you get to follow, and I feel like you just kind of learn a lot about the broader kind of medicine or medicinal area. And I think, in my opinion, it prepares you a lot to become like a doctor or someone who would want to go into that profession.
I chose this class because I wanted to learn more about cooking and baking because it's obviously a really important skill that you can use your whole life, and it's a fun class to do with your friends, and it's really nice to have like sort of a break in the day.
I chose this class because I need to fill out my elective block, but it's really fun, and also I like cooking at home. My favorite part of the class is definitely my group and how we work together. I never met them before this class, but we work really well.
My favorite part about this class is that we get food every day, and we have it right before lunch, so we can just share it with our friends.
You should choose this class because it's a fun class and you learn a lot and while still having fun.
If they like cooking, they can learn about different kinds of techniques in this class and make a bunch of different stuff with new people.
You can make a lot of friends and just, it's helpful, it's fun.
I mean, it depends on the block, if you're serving breakfast or serving lunch, but usually you'll come in, you'll put on your apron, your hat on, and you'll go to whichever station that you're on. So you could be making food for the day, you could be making lunch for people to order, you could be cashiering. There's a bunch of different things you could be doing. My favorite part about the class is probably working on the front line, which is making food for people to order. So as people order food, you're making wraps and burgers and things, and it gets super chaotic and it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of physical activity too, but everyone's working together and it's really fun. We're all just shouting out orders, and yeah, it's fun. Should select this class if they're interested in culinary and interested in working in a restaurant. It would be a great place to start. Or if they're just looking for something new to do. I mean, there's so many amazing electives at BHS, but this one is really different from most, I think. It's not like any other class you'll take.
I love classes in the UA building because it's a fun time during your day where you can hang out with your friends and make art.
It's a judgment-free zone. I can make my ideas come to life.
I like how... Wait, can we... Oh! The timer for the cookies.
We'll see you next year.
We will see you next year.